so. There's a bit of a dust-up on to young Rolsby, who's just come on to replace Andrew Downs, is in that. Woodhall goes to ground, and on she goes. It's pretty hectic in there. Plenty of behind-the-scenes stuff, and a couple of them getting very serious indeed. Now it's settled down. A little bit ugly there for a moment. Umpire will recall the ball and bounce it. Woodhall half-volleyed attempt was a good one, but just didn't quite get there, and that's what started the blue.
Shame to see it, because so far it's been a good entertaining game. Umpire Chambers to bounce down. Players take up their positions. Away we go. Kick went forward there from Underwood straight to Lowby. Lowby's got it on centre wing. Players running past. This is Tony Burgess. He'll go for distance into the breeze. That's a good kick too by Burgess. Almost up the full forward. That mark should be paid in defence to Tony McCarthy. He's been the Rock of Gibraltar in that defensive zone for Sturt. Leo Darvanese shows a bit of pace too. It's a short kick away. Heinrich lost his footing, but still was able to take the mark. Good skills. So Sturt should be out of trouble here. Heinrich's got it at centre half back. At the moment they lead by 3 points. Towards the outer side they go, looking for McGowan. Bennett's there, locks arms. Dreer at the back for Crumbs. Always handball was smothered. Tapped on by Bennett. Paynter kicks off the ground, and it's out of bounds on the outer side. Played 18.5 minutes. Sturt 81 points. West Adelaide 78.
Yes, there's been a good fight back after West Adelaide got clear by 14 points. Sturt have come back at them and now lead by that 3-point margin. There's the conditions. Beautiful blue sky. We haven't seen much of that in recent months in Adelaide, but it's here at headquarters at the moment. Let's hope it stays with us. Kick forward is into the pocket. Loping after it went Scott Field. Couldn't get there. And a throw in again. This time in front of the scoreboard, about 50 metres around from the Sturt goal.
Last time these two sides met was back in round 8. It was West Adelaide by 35 points on that day. At the moment they trail by 3. Malcolm. Dreer goes for another big smash, and Paynter a valiant attempt to try and keep it in bounds, but not successful. So we'll repeat that action with another throw in underneath the scoreboard. Sturt 13-3, West Adelaide 12-6.
West Adelaide bunker, and they would be just a little anxious at the moment. I would think it's a vital game for them. They've got to keep their final 5 chances alive by winning here today. They're currently in 6th spot with 8 wins and 8 losses. They can't afford a loss today. Neville Shaw bursts around the outer wing, puts it towards half forward. That could have been a free kick to West Adelaide's Paul Patterson. It is, in fact. Patterson, whose first run on the grounds came about 5 minutes ago when Miller went off. Has it at right half forward. He's a pretty good kicker of the ball. He's put it in towards the square. Wellsby up high against Toomey. That's a big job for the young man. They're getting out of defence. McGowan puts it back. Richter takes it, puts it in towards half forward, and marked there by Dace. Dace comes out wide. Well, Heinrich will have to work hard now. He couldn't quite get that, but he's going to come round spawn. On the left foot, he puts it towards half forward. Too long for Burgess and Whittlesey. Whittlesey's got too much pace. Beats Burgess in the run for the ball, but a good tackle by Burgess. In goes Muschetti. Burgess sits on top of it. Nobody can get it out of there, and umpire Campbell will bounce. Sturt leading by 3 points. We've had 20.5 minutes of the third quarter.
Work there by Tony Burgess. Waited for the chance to swoop upon Whittlesey. Bounced down. Malcolm against Reynolds. Well, Burgess came from the side and got the tap away. Herbert couldn't get his kick away. And Bradley Ryan, he's caught with it and caught holding the ball. A strong tackle from Peter Heinrich. So the double blues at the moment, 3 points in front. Played 21 minutes. That'll be a 15-metre penalty. And at times this West Adelaide side suffer a bit from a lack of discipline. Heinrich puts it in high towards the pocket area. Zealand comes out with Kennedy over the top of their head, and Shane Malcolm sees it over the boundary line for the throw-in. Sturt into attack at the moment, leading by 3 points.
Yes, well, they need a couple more goals, Rick. They've got this lead of only 3 points. Mind you, they did so well in that second quarter into the breeze that you can't write them off, but I'm sure that they would breathe easier with 2 or 3 more goals to their credit. That was a great smother by Scott Field. He has played well. Booted 3 goals and been a fine contributor. Throw in the right forward pocket. Klomp takes it out of the air, tries to burst through the pack. He's got clear. What can he do with it? Klomp puts it in towards the square. In the way was Brendan Kennedy, and he's got the safe mark in defence.
Kennedy's got players moving on the outer side. He'll look for Neville Shaw and finds him. Sure will bolt off. Choice of two. He's got Bennett and Larkins on centre wing. Now Tony Burgess makes a lovely run out from defence, and thought he was going to be paid the free kick, but he's not. Double Blues come out with it, surprisingly. McGowan in front of Shaw. Lovely handball to find Paynter. Paynter has a look at centre half forward, sees a player loose. It was Underwood, couldn't take the mark. Coming through McKinnon. Strong work from McKinnon. The handball goes over the top to Tony Burgess. Spins his way out of trouble nicely. Back to McKinnon in the 1-2. Up towards the half forward flank. Larkins. West Adelaide will play this on. They've got the loose man at the moment. Paul Patterson bolts off and goes long. Right to the square. 1-on-1. What'll happen? Down goes Toomey. Down goes Reid. The ball falls loose and it's rushed through for a behind. West Adelaide 12-7. Sturt 13-3.
Toomey wasn't happy with that either. He gave the umpire a mouthful. He thought that he was being held, but I'm sure it was the correct decision. Reid's kick is a good one. Straight down the ground. Up high went Dace. Couldn't mark it. On the ground, Heinrich a chance. Moschini the run. He's got it forward to Paynter. Paynter hooks around the corner towards half forward. Here's an opportunity down there for Field. A strong opposition from Laube. Klomp and Dreyer come across, but Field's got out with it. Into the open goal he goes. Baden's one on his way, and he's got it. Pinsket. Field gets his fourth goal. And it again. Having a great moment. Field puts it towards half forward. Whittlesy's a chance here. Burgess up in the air against him, and Burgess has been paid. It's a fine player, Tony Burgess. That's been a terrific duel, that one between he and Whittlesey. Burgess, just a great defender.
On his grandstand side, they'll look for Kieran Spawn. He did well too against the height there of David Reynolds. He's going to get a 15-metre penalty from umpire Chambers. Sturt fans don't like it. He handballs across to Leon Grosser. Well, Grosser goes 5 paces forwards and 5 back, and finally spears out the handball to Belton, puts him under pressure. West Adelaide get out of trouble though through McKinnon. Bounces the ball. Back to Kieran Spawn he goes and puts it in long. Up towards the full forward area. Front spot Toomey. Couldn't take the mark. Strong work by him though. Tried to get the handball away. McCarthy did well. He repels the attack towards centre wing, and we'll see a throw in. Good work by McCarthy. Probably Sturt's best player at the moment, along with Paynter.
I have to agree with that. He's been a fine defender. So Sturt have battled hard and got themselves back in front by 8 points after trailing by 14 points at one stage during this term. Patterson does the ruck work and does it well. Grosser the opportunity, puts it out for Larkins. Wellesby comes across to cut him off, and he did well, the young man, in the finish. Miller couldn't control it, and there'll be a throw in at left half forward flank. West trailing by 8 points, and we're into time on by 30 seconds.
Next few minutes, most important to both sides. Like to have a lead going to the final quarter. West Adelaide will come home with the breeze. Bennett and McGowan. Bennett ran into the umpire and was somewhat disadvantaged. Kick out. It's been marked by Dace. He did that well under pressure. Had to beat 3 West Adelaide opponents. Dace with a football. He's going to go short. Oh, that's a terrible kick. And straight to Kieran Spawn. From having possession, Sturt now find themselves in trouble. Drea ran past looking for the handball. Spawn didn't want to give it. In fact, Kieran Spawn is now going to get a 15-metre penalty. Greg Whittlesey infringing for the Double Blues. Doesn't really help Kieran Spawn, though. He's still too far out to score. He's going to put it up high, well over the head of Patterson. Toomey flies from behind. Short kick out. It was well done too to Leon Grosser. He takes a couple of little short steps, fires towards goal, but he's offline and through for a point. West Adelaide 12-8, Sturt 14-3.
We've had a minute and a half now of time on, and Sturt clinging to this 7-point lead now. As Reid's kick comes almost to the middle of the ground. At the back it was Reynolds who got his hand on it. Randy Bennett also had it and lost it. The Bradley Ryan kick only went about 10 metres. Sturt running it out of defence as Heinrich got it to Paynter. Paynter can go to the pocket. Downs, who's just come on to replace Zealand at full forward, went one-handed, and McKinnon did the mobbing up. Got it to Kennedy. Kennedy's kick is short to centre wing. At the back, swooping on it was Larkins. Larkins towards Patterson at half forward. He's out in front of McCarthy, and he takes a fine mark. On to Belton it goes. Belton is O'Reilly loose at centre half forward. That's good play. O'Reilly's got a player in Grosser short, but Sturt defence get back well and cover up, and out comes Peter Reid. Reid puts it out wide, a fine pass. The handball from Field. McGowan, in fact, it was. Intercepting brilliantly was Larkins as he put it back towards centre half forward. Shaw's at the back, but you'll find that will be a mark to Leo Darvinizer.
Good mark too to Leo Darvinizer. He's improved as this game has gone on. Had a great third quarter. Undecided what to do at the moment. Goes for distance now and towards the outer side, and he's found a West Adelaide player, Randall Bennett, chipping across to take the mark. Handball's off. Carl Herbert. The Bloods into attack. Stephen Miller back onto the ground and immediately into the game. He's going to play on. Watts is into the open goal. He can't miss and doesn't. Stephen Miller played a good game. He's got his second. West Adelaide 13-8, Sturt 14-3. Just 1 point the difference.
Well, Leo Darvanese has played a good game, but that kick from defence by him was not a good one. It went straight to the West Adelaide player, and then the kick in found Miller. He took a fine mark, and an unsuspecting Sturt defence relaxed, and Miller just turned around and waltzed into the open goal. He's booted two now, Stephen Miller, and that goal has brought West back within 1 point. 28.5 minutes, Sturt 14-3, lead West 13-8.
Centre bounce. Coach Mervyn Kane has got Andrew Downs now at full forward, replacing young Zealand. Zealand hasn't really been able to get into the game at the moment. Kick forward from Paul Belton up towards centre half forward. The Sturt defence spoiled away. Belton didn't get a favourable bounce, neither did David A. Tapped out now towards Randall Bennett. He's strongly tackled by Andrew Underwood, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Sturt would like to get a goal here because time is running out. We've played 29 minutes. They'd need a larger break than 1 point going into the final term. Long kick by Underwood, almost a mark to Malcolm. Whittlesey, now here's a chance for the Double Blues as Paynter lines up the goals from 45 metres out, and for a rarity, he's let his side down, through for a point. Sturt 14-4, West Adelaide 13-8.
Kennedy out to the outer side, too long for Burgess, but he's going to get back. Oh, a lovely pick-up. Whittlesey kept the pressure on him. The kick is not a good one. It's missed by Underwood, not by Smith. Smith time to steady, then put it into the pocket. Downs is on a lead. He should mark that. He's out in front of Kennedy. And full back turn, full forward has the chance. His kick is a short one. It's going to find Heinrich all right. 45 metres out. Its siren goes. It's offline. And right on siren time. Sturt get a point that puts them in front by 3 points. So the quarter time scores were level, half time scores were level, and now at three-quarter time here at headquarters, Sturt lead up by 3 points. They're 14-5 to West 13 goals 8.
Final term at the moment. They trail the Double Blues by 3 points and can't afford to lose. Double Blues, though, a test of character for them. Can they pull this one out? Been a fine game so far. Scores locked away, quarter time, half time. The Double Blues by 3 points. Heinrich's kick up forward. Shane Malcolm almost a diving mark. Robert Plonk dribbles one through. Here's a chance for Sturt now. Bradley Ryan swoops back on it, though. Feeds out the handball to Rick Lowby. Lowby drives long. No one home for West Adelaide. In fact, it falls in a clear space of Footy Park as Miller forced to get a handball out. Looks for Paul Belton and finds him. Belton's high kick up towards full forward. Getting back on it strongly, though, is Reid, and Reid takes a good grab.
Reid's played well. He's tightened on Toomey. Toomey was a star in the first half, kicking 6 goals, but he had a quiet third term. Reid's done the job pretty well. Here he is backing up again. Paynter, with about 23 possessions, has played well. Paynter looking to go short. Now has to go out wider where Klomp's on a lead with Indria. That's been a battle of the strong men. It's been a good battle too. Grosser got the handball from Dreer. He's hooked it round the corner, but he's put it straight to a Sturt player at centre wing, and it looks like Peter Daish. Youngster, one of the many young Sturt players in this side, a very inexperienced Sturt side, but gee, they've played well today. Barely been committed. Scores have been level at quarter and half time, and Sturt in front by the 3 points that Rick told you about at three-quarter time, so it's really been an evenly contested game. Whittlesey slipped at the critical moment. His kick is not a good one, but it's given Moschetti a chance. He turns out of trouble. He's going to be caught. McKinnon on late got him, and he's gone for holding the ball.
Good work by McKinnon. West Adelaide with the aid of a slight breeze, although both sides have managed to kick goals to the northern end. Larkins, down he goes. He gets a handball out, though, a wild one. Players come to meet it. Miller couldn't handle it. Daish can. His handball hits the turf, picked up by McCarthy, but a star at centre half back. Darryl Smith, John Paynter, who seems to have timed as Paynter. Daish to Welsby. Welsby's handball was smothered by Miller. Paynter will go back, tries the tunnel ball between the legs, comes off. Darryl Smith out wide. Now a chance for Robert Klomp. Time to turn and have a look. He goes short, or player loose in the right forward pocket. Greg Whittlesey. Across the face of goals he goes. At the back, Kennedy. Front spot, Andrew Downs. West Adelaide should clear here as Lowby goes high towards centre wing. Not trapped. Randall Bennett against McGowan. Good duel. Bennett scoops it out. Umpire's whistle has gone. It's been ruled a throw. Sturt will get the free kick on the half-forward line.
They're leading by 3 points as we come up to the 3-minute mark of the last quarter. And the free kick is going to go the way of Chris McGowan. Had a third quarter, did the young man. Puts it in short. Heinrich had got into the space and he's got it. Peter Heinrich has battled hard all day. He's been involved in a couple of dust-ups, but that hasn't affected his footy. The kick is towards half-forward. Thump clear. Paynter snaps to goal. Paynter's got it! Oh, great goal. 19 kicks to John Paynter. He's been at 5 goals. He's been a star. He showed great leadership, great example to this young side. Sturt in front now by 9 points. 15-5 to West. 13-8. Great action on Sevens Big League.
It's been an inspiration today. His vice-captain, John Paynter, 5 goals, but it's the way he's taken those 5 goals. This occasion, beautifully off the packs, put it through. That's the sort of goal that'll lift this young side. They're 15-5, West Adelaide 13-8.
4 minutes into the quarter, just what the doctor ordered for Sturt to get an early goal. They were trailing by 14 points going with the breeze at one stage during the third quarter. And then Scott Field booted a couple and it brought them back into the game, and they got that lead of 3 points at quarter time. Eked that out to 9 points at the moment. Sturt have looked good today, and it's a wonder that they've lost their last 7 games on this performance, but footy's a funny game, and this one's by no means home and hosed at the moment. Neville Shaw's got it at half-forward. Oh, he's got Belton loose. Belton at centre half-forward can go all the way from there. Paul Belton puts it on its way. It's pierced the centre. Belton with his 14th kick kicks his first goal. The Bloods are back in business. 14-8 now. Sturt 15-5. It's great action on Sevens Big League.
That's really been the pattern of this fine game here at Football Park. It's been tit for tat, goal at one end, goal at the other. West Adelaide replying through Paul Belton. Shaw saw him loose, and once he had it, no pressure applied from the Sturt defence, and he made no mistake with the kick. 14-8 West, Sturt 15-5.
West Adelaide making a change. Off comes Trevor Larkins, and coming back onto the ground is Merv Harbinson. Centre bounce, Malcolm favoured by it, smashes it forward. Darryl Smith in trouble, couldn't get it out. Umpire Chambers comes in to bounce. Just 3 points the difference now. Brilliant sunshine at the moment here at headquarters after rainfall during the first half, and a lovely blue sky. And isn't it great to see that? Reynolds got hand on ball. Grosser took the crumbs, couldn't get it clear. It's pretty hard in there. Battling hard was Daesh for Sturt, couldn't get it out. At the bottom of the pack was Ray O'Reilly, and again umpire Chambers will bounce it.
Two sides have met on 13 occasions here at Footy Park. Sturt have won 8, West Adelaide 5. Sturt could be heading towards number 9. Malcolm, a big smash forward. David I should be first there for Sturt. He is. Strikes the tackle from Patterson. The handball back to McCarthy's put him under pressure. Harbinson tried to kick off the ground. Wasn't successful. And Wellesby and Belton make sure the ball holds up in that half-forward line. The Bloods at the moment trailing by 3 points. We've played 6 minutes of this final quarter. Umpire Chambers with the bounce. Miller got up high. It wasn't a real effective tap. Paul Patterson back to Belton. His hurry kick was smothered. Sturt out of defence. Good kick from Richter towards the centre of the ground. Reynolds almost. Chance now for Klomp and Dreer. Klomp shoved out the arm. Shrugged off Dreer. Got himself in trouble though. On the bottom of the package, McKinnon with Moschetti, and that's a stalemate, and we're going to see a bounce down.
Sturt by 3 points. 6.5 minutes into the last quarter. We've got a titanic struggle on our hands. Bounce at centre half forward. Reynolds got the tap forward, taken out of the air by Heinrich. He gets the handball back. In trouble was Underwood, but his kick forward is not a bad one, and it's given Field a chance. He's going to get the free. Lowby the offender, and now Scott Field from half forward. He's already booted 4. Was probably too far out from there. He's gone short. Oh, that's danger. Heinrich couldn't get it. Trying to burst through was McKinnon. Now Herbert. Herbert gets it out wide to Burgess, and West are out of trouble. Harbinson takes the mark, but his handball is not a good one. Lowby forced to tap it forward, but he's going to get a free for pushing the back. Chris McGowan was the offender. So West can go forward. They're trailing by 3 points.
Mick Lowby's worked hard in defence for West Adelaide today. A booming kick. Paul Patterson a fine mark. Well, he wants to play on. Very lucky not to have been caught there for playing on, but he gets a 15-metre penalty. Brings him up to within about 50, 55 metres of the goal. Running past was Bradley Ryan, but Patterson's going to go long. Should put this right in the square. Toomey's there with Reid. Toomey and Reid, and it's gone through for a point. So West Adelaide creep closer. 14-9. Sturt 15-5 at the moment. It's a 2-point lead to the Double Blues.
Listen, there really hasn't been much that separated the two sides all day. West must win this if they're going to keep their final 5 chances alive. They're currently in 6th spot with 8 wins and 8 losses, and they need a win. Darvanese has played well. Gets a handball under Dayshaw. Smith is loose. Sturt will build up here as Downs heads off into the forward pocket. Kennedy with him. Down goes Downs. He can get a free for a push in the back. Brendan Kennedy has a perplexed look on his face, but I think there was no doubt that the free was there. And now Kennedy is being asked to come back on the mark, and Downs the chance to fire at goal. He started at full back. Didn't have much success there, was taken from the ground and then came back about a quarter later to replace Andrew Zealand, who was struggling at full forward. Important shot, this one. Downs from 35 metres, always kicked it high. He won't get the distance. Up high, it's a Sturt mark. David Reynolds in the square has taken a great mark. And now Sturt the chance to go 9 points clear. Reynolds, goalless to date, has got it about 5 metres out directly in front. It was a fine grab. The big leap was required, and he was equal to the occasion. Needs to finish it off with a goal. Reynolds from point-blank range kicks a goal. Oh no, the umpire's gone a long way, but he's got it. A goal. Reynolds gets his first. Sturt in front by 9 points. There's 16-5 to West 14-9.
Well, very confusing kick there from David Reynolds. He was only 10 metres out. He sunk a gigantic boot into it. The goal umpire went galloping, had a good look. I thought for a while he was going to signal a point, but then out went the 2 fingers. It's a goal to Reynolds, an important one for them. Sturt now 16-5, 101.
Reynolds got it forward, trying to work it out. Was Sturt player in there in Heinrich, I think it is, couldn't get it out. And umpire Chambers will bounce yet again.
8-point break to the Double Blues. We've played just over 10 minutes of this final term. They haven't won in 7 games. Today could be their day. Malcolm got up high, got the tap away. Plenty of players around the full of the ball. Getting out was Spawn without it. Darryl Smith does get possession though, and he kicks the Double Blues forward. Half forward flank, Moskeny comes to meet it. Runs into his own player in Robert Klump. Moskeny still working hard. Also there was Daish. Finally Tony Burgess, he kicked it straight into his own man. Paynter. Plenty of time and plenty of skill. Drives long. Comes grandstand side now. One-on-one duel. Laube against Scott Field. Laube's got to beat 3 of them. He's working like a terrier on the bottom of the pack. And the umpire decides he's done well enough to hold possession there. And we'll see a bounce down from umpire Ross Campbell.
Still Sturt by 8 points. 11 minutes gone. They're at half forward left. Had some good players today. Tony McCarthy at centre-half back has been a star. And of course Paynter, with his 5 goals, has been a great performance. West building now as the short kick goes towards centre-half forward. Coming to meet it is Peter Reid. Line ball decision, but he got there just in time to take the mark. So Reid in defence for the Double Blues has had quite an influence on the game since he went on Toomey. Toomey had kicked 6 in the first half and had been a real star for West Adelaide. Well, that's great play. It's given Sturt a chance as Underwood puts it towards half forward. He gets unloaded after the kick. And the FAD will be paid. Whittlesey takes it at centre half forward. He wastes no time. The Whittlesey kick into the square. It's going to be a Sturt mark. Downs it is. Strong mark. And he's got it right in the square. And Sturt are really on top at the moment. Working hard. They're deserving this. Sturt with Downs taking the mark in the square. This could be the boil over. Sturt can go 14 points clear as Downs kicks the goal. They do. Sturt by 14 points. 12 minutes into the last quarter. Downs kicks his first.
Well, Downs, since being moved to full forward, has been a big plus for the Double Blues. It's been a great move by Coach Mervyn Kane, because Andrew Zealand was getting beaten by Kennedy, and now Kennedy is feeling the frustration. Super marked by Andrew Downs. He made no mistake with a kick. Sturt 17-5, West Adelaide 14-9. The Double Blues make a change. Russell coming onto the ground.
Underwood it was that has gone off the ground, and Sturt have kicked 3 goals straight in the last quarter. West have added 1-1. It's been a great effort They're going into the breeze, a breeze that was very strong in the first half but has died somewhat in this second half. Malcolm gets the tap. Neville Shaw taken out of his hands. All Klomp's going to mark that at centre half forward. Play on is the call now as he distributes it out wide. Looking for out there Day, swooping on it Whittlesey. Whittlesey gets a short kick forward. Russell's a chance, so we've got a horrible bounce. Dreyer goes to meet him. Russell works hard, tried to get it out between legs, can't do so. And umpire Chambers comes in to bounce. So it's torrid at the moment. Sturt sensing victory. West Adelaide trying desperately to bridge the gap.
Plenty of encouragement too coming from the bench at the moment, although still plenty of time for West Adelaide to get out of it if they're good enough. Kick towards centre wing they go. First to the ball was Leon Grosser, tried to trap it, but it's out of bounds on the outer side. Leo Darvanese doing a good job for Sturt, had a great third quarter for them. Throw in outer side. Underwood looks like he's coming back on. It's warming up at the moment. Throw in outer side, 14 minutes gone. Sturt's lead at the moment, 14 points. O'Reilly to Harvinson. Harvinson's got plenty of toe. Away he goes. Tries the second bounce. Doesn't get away with it, or does he? He's held on to. Kieran Spawn kicks off the ground. Picked up by Darryl Smith. Whistle's gone. Going to be Sturt's free kick. And once again, they halt another looming attack from West Adelaide. Richter. High towards centre wing. Up goes Reynolds, up goes Malcolm, and Reynolds comes out with another timely mark.
Well, he kicked the goal in this quarter, and he's now starting to take marks. Reynolds from centre wing. Wobbles one to his counterpart in Malcolm. He gets unloaded. Whittlesey with brute strength gets clear. He's put it in towards Downs. He can get a leap at that. Can't take the mark. In trouble, Lalvey. Pushed to ground. Play called on. Going to meet it now as Moskeni comes back out the back way, but got it straight back to Bennett. So the Bennett kick wobbles towards centre wing where Darryl Smith is in the way for the double blues. McGowan wants it short, but he's going out wide to his captain. Whittlesey's been an inspiration to this side today. From half forward right, he puts it in towards centre half forward. Reynolds a chance. Klomp in the middle. Play on the call. Oh, gee, I thought he might have had enough of that. But umpire Chambers saw it differently, and I'm sure that Robert Klomp, by that expression, thought that he had the mark as well.
Gloomy looks on the West Adelaide bench at the moment. John Cale and Barry Downs, the team manager, they're in trouble. Malcolm gets the tap out. Grosser appeared to be held onto without possession. And Leon Grosser's going to get the free kick. Skipper of West Adelaide. I can sense they're in deep trouble at the moment. Sturt, they've got a big lift and encouragement flowing from the youngsters. Tapped on. It's all the double blues though. They're holding West Adelaide at the moment on this half-forward line. David I goes down. Strong tackle applied, but no holding the ball decision. We're going to see a bounce down half-forward line for West Adelaide. They trail at the moment by 14 points. They need 3 goals to get back in front.
At the bounce, Patterson, no, it was Toomey that knocked it back. In goes Belton, he gets a tunnel ball back. Taken by Darvanese. Oh, his handball is not a good one. Spawn's under pressure, but he gets a kick forward, almost a mark to Sturt, but coming out with it, Miller. Miller to Belton. Belton can go all the way. Belton fires to goal, puts it through. 2 goals to Paul Belton. 14 kick, 15 kicks to Belton. West Adelaide back now with a real chance. 15-9, Sturt 17-5. Tremendous action on the Sevens big league.
Running 16 minutes gone of the final quarter, and West Adelaide needed that goal. Stephen Miller, once he got on to Paul Belton, Belton made no mistake. That's his second for this quarter. So West Adelaide creep slightly closer. They're now within 8 points as we go back to the centre bounce again. Reynolds against Malcolm.
17 minutes into the quarter and just 8 points separating the sides. Oh, what a finish coming up. Malcolm against Reynolds. Underwood clear. His kick has only gone about 15 metres. Spawn will be first there. He needs a bounce. Having trouble with it, but he's good enough to get out of that trouble. Gets it back, and finally it's Dreer that puts one deep into the pocket. Too long for Harvinson, getting across Darvanese, and he goes for the safety of the line, and that's the place where it should have been. Out of bounds, left half forward flank. West Adelaide into attack, trailing by 8 points.
Well, are they excited or not? Wry smile on one supporter's face. Tell you what, the tension is high at the moment as Miller booms it across the face of goal. So here's a chance. Who's going to get there first? Reid back on it. He's done really well in the second half in defence for the double blues. He's ridden into the ground by Paul Patterson. Really obvious free kick. And Peter Reid's got it at the moment in the left back pocket. Players move grandstand side for him. Oh, his kick wasn't good. I think he may have kicked the turf. Heinrich almost had a chance. David I to McGowan. to centre wing, and Rick Lowby repels the attack in front of Scott Field.
Lowby will put West Adelaide into attack. Some nervous moments for the Sturt supporters. It's been a long time between drinks for them. 7 games, in fact, since they've won one. Here they are, 8 points in front. Bennett caught, Miller almost tap on, but the free kick will go to Sturt for a throw against Randall Bennett, and the free kick will be Peter Reid's. Reid gets it back to Darryl Smith. Where's he heading? Into the middle of the ground. Underwood too long for him. At the back, Kim Russell. Here's a chance for the double blues now. Russell puts it towards Downs. It's in half-forward. Oh, he should have marked that. Kennedy under pressure now from Downs, but Dreer's back to support him. Oh, chance gone begging as Dreer kicks it out wide. Leading in the race is Carl Herbert. Daish unloads him. Daish has got it forward, but it's Burgess that cuts it off. Burgess' handball's been intercepted by Russell. He's in trouble. The handball comes back to Daish. He's trying to run the gauntlet. Gets caught by McKinnon. Distributes it out to Reynolds. Reynolds can't get clear. And umpire Campbell comes in to bounce it off. Tense moments for everybody at the moment, even the commentators.
Some torrid tackling in defence there, particularly from Robin McKinnon. Had a play running straight at him, stood his ground and applied the tackle. Bounced down. Malcolm against Reynolds. Reynolds almost. Robert Klomp tries to barge his way through. Again, McKinnon strong. Russell's unloaded by Dreer. Paynter had an airy. He's just desperate at the moment. Malcolm finally out to Ray O'Reilly's. He got the pace to break away. He has. Player loose. Merv Harbinson. He's got a kick and he does. It's a wobbly old kick, and again West Adelaide can't get past half forward. McGowan for the double blues. Choice of 3 players. Darryl Smith from the edge of the square puts it up high. This is going to be a mark. Surely it is. Super mark to Robert Klomp. Great kick into him as well. And Robert Klomp, who today plays his 250th in a double blue Guernsey, will take all the time in the world as he goes back to line up the goals. 20 metres out and a chance to extend Sturt's lead. In comes Klomp, kicks underway, splits the centre. Great kick by Klomp, his first for the day. Sturt 18-5, West 15-9.
Great effort there by the Blues to romp home by 26 points against the Bloods. Paynter got 5, best on-ground performance. Field 4, Reynolds and Underwood 2 each. And Toomey booted 6 for the Bloods. That was an outstanding performance too. All kicked in the first half. Belton, Miller and Woodhall